Hey everyone, and welcome back to the 3DXL podcast. This is D. I'm going to be your solo host today as I review WWE SummerSlam 2023. But before I go any further, can you please do me a solid, hit that like and subscribe button? And also, if you're so inclined, leave me a comment. Let me know how I did on my first solo run. Any support and any feedback is greatly appreciated. So let's get into the pay per view. The first match on the docket was Logan Paul versus Ricochet. And this was a match that I was really looking forward to. These guys are very athletic. They're both high flyers. And Logan Paul just constantly shows us why he belongs in a wrestling ring. I was expecting a lot, and they gave us a lot. Whether it was the Spanish fly off the apron, which they both landed on their feet, and then Ricochet hit Logan Paul with a Spanish fly right after that, or the buckshot lariat that Logan Paul jumped out of the ring to the floor and hit Ricochet with. I mean, these guys are just so damn athletic. Whether it's jumping off of the top rope, whether it's jumping over the top rope, whether it's doing moves in the ring, these guys are just a joy to watch. It was a back and forth affair. It wasn't like one guy had more than the other. It was just a very good, very solid, well put together match. The ending came when I don't know who came from underneath the ring, but whoever it was put brass knuckles on Logan Paul's hand, and he did his KO punch a la the Big Show on Ricochet and knocked him out. Good match overall. One I would definitely suggest if you have the time to go back and watch. And at the end, Samantha Irving did not look overly enjoyed to have to announce Logan Paul as the winner, which I thought was kind of funny. Okay, so we're gonna go into match two, which was Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes. And honestly, for fuck's sake, I don't know why these guys are feuding. They never gave us a reason. Brock Lesnar just turned on Cody out of the blue, and it just became a storyline. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me to run. Don't ask me the reason. I have no idea. If you know, please put it in the comments because I don't think Brock Lesnar ever gave a reason to why he was beating the hell out of Cody Rhodes like he was. And this feud kept going is beyond me. How you tell somebody that they're not a real man after they put you to sleep? I can't even say put him to sleep. He literally made his body give out due to the pain, and somehow or another, Cody Rhodes doesn't respect the man that made him pass out. It boggles my mind. But this match was just no different than the others. Brock Lesnar just beat the holy hell out of Cody. And the turn kind of came when Cody hit Brock with the stairs, which still to this day I don't understand how you can hit somebody with the stairs during a match, and that's not a disqualification. It just doesn't make sense to me. That's one of those things where if WWE has an explanation as to why, and please don't give me referee's discretion because any kind of foreign object that hit your opponent with is supposed to be a disqualification. I mean, I've been watching wrestling long enough that a regular match where there are disqualifications, that's one. I can understand putting somebody through a table. You don't want to say it's a disqualification, okay? But Cody literally picked up the stairs and hit Brock with them. Make it make sense to me. And then, what I thought was funny, Cody puts Brock in a Kimura lock, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, doesn't Cody know that he's making a tactical error by putting Brock Lesnar in a Kimura lock and possibly breaking his arm, as Michael Cole had once said? So I thought it was funny. But at the end, Cody wins with a crossroads. And thank God this feud comes to an end. Brock acknowledges Cody, even though he never told us why he was fighting Cody or why he beat up Cody or was mad at Cody. He just raises his hand and acknowledges him, and that's how this feud ends with, I guess, mutual respect. Even though I didn't know that Brock Lesnar didn't respect Cody. But there you go. Cody finally gets his win over Brock. He ends this feud, and hopefully he can go on to something else because this wasn't entertaining at all for me as far as a feud. And the only reason why the matches I enjoyed, but not knowing why two people are fighting, it doesn't add anything to it for me. It was just two guys fighting. So we're going to go to our third match, which was the SummerSlam Battle Royal. And for all of you out there, I'm sure you know that battle royals aren't my thing. I love the Royal Rumble. I love the anticipation and the excitement of seeing who might come out. But when you have everybody in the ring all at the beginning and they're just trying to toss each other out, says something about that. It's just chaos, and I'm not for it because there's too much to try to look at. There's too many things going on. You're gonna miss a lot of things. So for me, it wasn't that enjoyable. I did like Omos. He looked like a star coming out last. He did last in the match a long time. Just tossing everybody out. It took a lot. It took basically a team effort, like the normal for when it's a big guy in the ring. That's the normal. Everybody has to try to take them out. They hit their high spots on them. But overall, it was actually a decent battle royal. LA Knight got the win. Don't know why they had this in the middle of it. I guess Slim Jim paid a good portion of money since they were promoting this pay-per-view. They wanted to have their name on a match, and that was it. And as we see, this actually did nothing for LA Knight because he's feuding with The Miz now. So, yeah, that win didn't mean shit. So, we're going to go on to the fourth match, which was Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. This match was weird. They had an MMA rules fight, and I do get that they're both MMA fighters, but nobody was into this match. The crowd wasn't into it. I don't know if the people at home were into it. It was disjointed. In my honest opinion, I think they should have had something like a no holds barred match. They could have had a no DQ match, a street fight, something like that where they could have been a little bit more brutal since they said they just wanted to fight. You could have taken away the MMA rules and just had just no rules. It didn't make sense to me, and I think that this match really missed the mark. At the end, Shayna won. She made Ronda Rousey go to sleep, which I guess would be considered Ronda Rousey's first tap-out victory. So, overall, I'm happy that Shayna won. I hope that they do something with her. Up till now, she's only had this one match with Zoe Stark, and they're wasting her win and Ronda Rousey going out on her back. So maybe they'll do something with her in the future. Who knows? But the next match is one that I was really, really looking forward to, mainly because I'm just a Gunther mark. I am a big Gunther fan, been a fan since he was Walter, and I'm happy that he goes out there and puts on a great match after great match after great match, and this was no different. It was for the IC Championship, Intercontinental Championship versus Drew McIntyre, and it was everything that you would expect. Just a hard-hitting match. Two guys just going at each other, trying to prove who's the tougher person. Chops and clotheslines, big move after big move. It was a good match from two good wrestlers who you would expect to have a good match. I can't remember the last time Gunther had a bad match, if he has ever had a bad match. And what he's done for the IC title is just amazing. He's elevated that title to a point where, in my opinion, is honestly the most impressive title on I was going to say the show or Raw, but I'm going to say in the company is probably the most impressive because he's one of the few champions who has won on his own without much help, and he's beaten all comers. It's not like he's picking and choosing or cherry picking. He's fighting anybody and everybody who wants to step to him, and I've just enjoyed his run. I'm going to be sad when it's over because he's one of the few where I'm like, I don't want to see this end anytime soon. He's made that title prestigious, and I hope that whoever beats him for the title, which it seems like it's probably going to be Chad Gable, I hope that they take that title and just continue the legacy that he's created for it, and with that created for that title, and the fact that he'll probably reach the mark of being the longest reigning IC champion is really something that I'm happy for because he's earned it. And I know a lot of the times people say, you deserve it. No. Gunther has truly, truly, truly earned all the accolades he's getting from making this title, just prestigious and making it one of the most important titles on the card. It's honestly more important than the World Heavyweight Championship that Seth Rollins has. And, Seth has tried his best. He hasn't been given the best material. and we're gonna go into that match next. But if you get a chance to watch the Gunther and Drew McIntyre IC title match, it's definitely worth a watch. So the next match we had was the World Championship match. As I said, Seth Rollins defending against Finn Balor, and this match was good. I don't think you would expect anything less from those two. They had a lot of callbacks, especially to the buckle bomb where Finn threw Seth into the barricade as he power bombed him into the barricade, in which that's what Seth did in their Universal Title match when Finn first got called up, and that's what that messed up his shoulder, and he had to relinquish the title. So I did enjoy the callback. He did have, I think he was out for 7 months, and he had 7 written on his shoulder. So I love the callback. I love what they did, but I can't win. I can't say that I enjoyed the ending of this match, because it's like, Finn, how goddamn stupid can you be? They're having a great match. Finn can't put away Seth. Seth can't put away Finn. Damian Priest comes out. He has his money in the bank briefcase. He gets up on the ring and tries to hand it to Finn Balor. And Finn Balor's like, "What are you doing here? What are you doing? Why are you here? Dummy, he's here to help you win. What do you mean, why is he here? He's handing you the briefcase. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what's going on." He tells him to get down. So, of course, Damian Priest gets down off the apron. Rhea and Dominic come out. They're all trying to help Finn. He hits Seth with a pedigree. Seth kicks out. He tries to hit him. Think he hit him with a coup de grace. Seth kicks out again. So now he's looking at Damian. Pass me the briefcase. Pass me the briefcase. And Damian is just looking at him like, what? He's like, pass me the briefcase. Damian slides the briefcase in, and guess what happens? Finn Balor's slow to pick it up and gets curb stomped onto the briefcase. And obviously, there's a 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins retains. And the look of disgust that Damian Priest had in his face for what happened was just comical to me. Because he has every right to feel like Finn Balor's an idiot. And Finn Balor sits up after losing and looks at looks at Damian, and he's mad. Bro, why are you mad? You were stupid. That was your fault. Everything that happened there was your fault. If you would have just taken the briefcase in the beginning and not acted like you didn't know what was going on, you'd be the champion. But no, not you. You want to act like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. Why are you here? Get off the apron. What? What? Really? What? I don't get it. And what we've gotten up to this point with Finn and JD Madonna and him still being mad at Damian Priest, it's like, bro, it was your fault. You can't be mad at somebody for your stupidity. I don't know, it's 2023, so I guess maybe you can be mad at somebody for your stupidity, but in my opinion, he has no reason to be mad at Damian Priest. Damian Priest came out to try to help him. The match was good. It just made Finn look like an idiot at the end, and I don't understand why they went that route. But this is WWE, so you can't be but so surprised. So now we're going to get into the women's SmackDown Championship match, where you had Asuka defending against Bianca and Charlotte. And I can't say that this was a surprise, but this was a good match. You have 3 great workers, male or female, just 3 great workers in the ring together. And when you have Charlotte, Bianca, and Asuka in the ring, you have to expect a good match. I mean, they're just great. They're athletic, they're hard strikers, and they put their all into it. They're good. They hit a lot of high spots. There was actually a lot more jumping off of the rope than I expected it to be between Charlotte and Bianca. There was a lot of 1-on-2 double team. Moves, and it was surprising in that aspect where Charlotte hit the natural selection on Bianca and Asuka and things of that nature. Just very surprising that it was as much double moves as there was. But the match ends in a great way. Asuka missed Charlotte as Charlotte has Bianca in the figure eight, and I'd be remiss to not mention that they were working over Bianca's knee, and at one point she had to leave the ring because her knee was hurting so badly. They had to go and check it out, and then she did the old hobble back to the ring so that she can gut out the performance. So as Asuka is misting Charlotte, she goes over to Bianca, and Bianca rolls her up for the pin while she's still in the figure four, which was a great way to end it. And I was surprised that they gave Bianca the win, because she was the champion for so long. I figured that Asuka was going to hold it, but ha ha ha! Here came Io Sky to cash in her Money in the Bank briefcase as they beat Asuka, as her and Bayley beat Asuka and Charlotte on the way to the ring. Io Sky takes the briefcase, she hits Bianca in her knee, then she beats her in the head with it. She cashes it in, hits the moonsault. 1, 2, 3. We have a new SmackDown Women's Champion on a successful cash-in by Io Sky. I can't say that I'm mad at it. I like Io Sky, but I don't understand the quick title swap. You could have just left it on Asuka and did the same angle with Asuka, I guess. But, I mean, it is what it is. Dakota Kai came to the ring. She came back, and the three of them celebrated as, the match was ending. So I wasn't mad at it. Good match. I'm not going to say it was an obvious ending, but they had teased her cashing in the Money in the Bank briefcase several times, so I wasn't overly surprised at it, but I did enjoy it. I thought it was a good match, and I was happy for Io Sky because she deserves the title. She's another one who's put in the work. She's earned it, and I would love, love, love to see a match between Asuka and Io. I think that would be a nice, hard-hitting match. So we're going to go into the last match here, which is the main event for the Universal World Heavyweight Championship. You have a tribal rules match, or held under tribal combat, and it's Roman Reigns defending against Jey Uso. I didn't enjoy this match as much as I thought that I was. Roman got hurt early, which may contribute to it. He got hit kind of in the back and the ribs when Jey came flying out of the ring over the top rope. But it just still wasn't, it wasn't anything new. They beat each other with kendo sticks. They beat each other with chairs. Jey, hit Roman with the strap. But it was just the same formula. Fight, fight, fight in a Roman match. Then here comes Solo. Solo comes and they start beating up on Jey. They go to hit the spike spear combination that they've been hitting on Jey Uso recently. Jey moves, and Roman spears Solo. And when I say Solo wasn't happy, Solo was not happy at all. At all. To the point where he's staring down Roman, and Roman's like, so what? You want to fight me? You want to fight me? He's so preoccupied with Solo that he doesn't see Jey coming out of the corner of his eye, and Jey just completely spears Roman through the barricade and wipes himself and Roman out. It was actually a really nice spear and a really nice moment. So Solo's still mad. He's standing there. He picks up Jey and he starts attacking Jey. Well, Jey turned it around on him, starts beating up Solo, puts him on the announcer's table, does a splash through the table, and now Solo's out of it. He's down for the count. Jey picks up Roman, puts him back in the ring, runs the ropes, spears Roman, goes up for the Uso splash. He pins Roman. 1, 2. Then all of a sudden he gets pulled out of the ring. It was obvious who it was, but Jimmy pulls Jey out of the ring. Why, Jimmy, why? At this point, I was kind of tuned out because I didn't understand why they did this. It didn't make sense to me. It still doesn't make sense to me. But he pulls Jey out. He super kicks him. Puts him back in the ring. Jey is looking at Jimmy as Jimmy walks away with this scowl on his face. Roman spears Jey through the table that's set up in the corner in the ring. He gets the 3 count. He wins. Why? Why? So as I'm watching it, of course I'm fantasy booking. I'm like, what are they going to possibly try to use as an excuse for this? And I figured they would go the route of saying, well, I was hurt. You didn't come and see me. You didn't worry about me. You were just worried about being a tribal chief. You were just worried about having a championship. That's all you were worried about. It's supposed to be us. We're supposed to be brothers. You're supposed to worry about me. Well, that's not what happened. What happened is even dumber than I thought it was going to be. He comes out on SmackDown and says the reason why he interfered and cost Jay the title and being head of the table or the tribal chief is because he was scared that Jay was going to turn into Roman and he was going to leave him and he was going to be the tribal chief. I'm sorry, what? That's the best you could come up with? Are you serious? That's what we're doing now? You're mad because you think that he's going to turn into Roman and let the power go to his head. No, it's stupid. It's stupid and you need to stop. I understand they want to fight each other at WrestleMania. That's been a dream of theirs for years, but that wasn't the way to go. If they were talking about they're only in the third inning, I'm sorry. This was a pop fly and you're not in the third inning anymore. Because this was stupid. I don't understand. This was just as dumb as the Finn Balor not knowing why Damian Priest was down there to help him and give him the briefcase to hit Seth with. I just don't get it. It wasn't for me. The match already wasn't for me. I didn't really enjoy the match all that much, and the ending it just it turned me off. I was already starting to get indifferent to the Bloodline feud, and this just pushed me further along in that direction. I'm kind of over it. I don't know where they're gonna go with Roman. I don't know where they're gonna go with Jay. Jay is talking about he's now quit WWE. I don't know. He's quit the Bloodline. He's quit the family. He's just quit everything. And he seemed like he was happy as he was doing it. So I don't know where they're going with this. It doesn't seem like they're like anybody from the Bloodline is going to be on the Payback pay per view. So I guess we'll just have to, as Triple H says, wait and see what happens. Kind of like the 76ers and trust the process, right? So that was pretty much the pay per view. Overall, it was a decent pay per view. The endings, like I said, I didn't get quite a few of them, but I'm sure some people did. It's not You're not gonna hit a home run with every pay per view, and not everybody's gonna like every pay per view. There were some matches that I liked. The Logan Paul match with Ricochet, I thought was really good. I thought that the Battle Royal was better than I would have given it credit for, being that I don't like Battle Royals. That's something that I've actually watched that Battle Royal twice. So it tells you how much that I like it. Gunther and Drew McIntyre never disappoint. They're, I mean, that's Gunther, so you can't expect bad matches from him. The women's match was good. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, that just missed. That was a miss. That was a total miss. It would have been better if it was a no DQ or a street fight. I would have preferred a street fight. Just let them go and brawl it out. And like I said, the Finn Balor and the Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Jey Uso match, those two matches, the endings were just stupid. The Seth Rollins and Finn Balor match was good up until the ending. The Roman and Jay match just didn't do it for me. But I would say this is a decent pay per view to watch. I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it if I was anybody listening. But if you have spare time and you just want to throw on a WWE pay per view that you haven't seen before, this one wouldn't hurt. So, if you enjoyed this recap of SummerSlam 2023, do me a favor, again, hit that like, hit that subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know how I did, and I hope you all enjoyed. You have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.